Live Cap. I'm Allie Burns. With me today, I've got Nick Parsons up on top from the Insiders Room. How's it going, Nick?
It is going fantastic. Off a great opening day for baseball there for the Insiders Room. So I'm pumped for this weekend and also to get into a couple of these free plays here.
Yes, indeed. And down below, we've got Dan Kaiser. How are you doing, friend?
Doing all right. Looking forward to talking to Nick again and giving out a couple plays here. And had a little rough start to the baseball season, but looking to turn it around today and get things going in the right direction.
One thing I will say, it was a fun opening day. You know, there's a lot going on, whether you expected it to or not. It was a really fun opening day. So it was first day of the season. Let's just keep rocking along, keep rocking along.
Yeah. What can you expect on the first day?
That's just it. Okay, so we're going to start off. People who are just joining the chat, don't forget to give us that thumbs up. Drop your comments into the comment box if there's anything you want to talk about, anything you want to know. We're going to get started off with some NHL, move into Major League Baseball. No, Major League Baseball. And then we're also going to talk a little bit of college hoops that are coming up this weekend also. So, Nick, let's start things off. We're talking Toronto Maple Leafs at the Winnipeg Jets. I'm showing Winnie as the dog here, plus 125 and a total of 6. So what do you got going on here?
I like Winnipeg, Allie, here. These teams played 2 nights ago. The Leafs won 3-1. So this is a revenge spot, an immediate revenge spot here. We're getting Winnipeg at a plus money price. Both of these teams have excellent offensive and defensive numbers. They're really similar to our Toronto averages 3.31 goals per game. It allows 2.56. Winnipeg averages 3.24 goals per game, and it allows 2.73. So, I mean, they're really identical. These are the top 2 teams in the North Conference. I mean, they're both going to be there in the end. But the Jets, they're 7-2 in their last 9 and trying to revenge a home loss versus an opponent in which they were held to 1 or less goals in. Nice. And sort of from a situational standpoint, when you're looking at scheduling here, Winnipeg, it has 5 whole nights off after this contest before a tough 5-game Eastern road swing. And so, that adds sort of incentive here. They can give everything they've got. They know that they have a bit of time to rest there. But Toronto, on the other hand, it has 1 night off before a doubleheader in Calgary. So this is never easy, these trips out to these part of the provinces here in Canada. So, yeah, I think Winnipeg at this price at home in a revenge situation. I like Winnipeg here for sure.
All right. So that's what Nick is saying. We're taking the Jets plus 125 at home. All right. I am digging it. Now, Dan, you were looking at another game, the St. Louis Blues at the Colorado Avalanche. Big favorite, as usual, for the Avs, minus 222 and a total of 5.5. So where are we going with this one?
Yeah, I like Colorado in this one. But, that you're looking at that big number at minus 222. So I'm looking at them on the puck line, and there's some really good reasons for that. I mean, Colorado right now, their offense is just clicking. They beat Anaheim 5-2 on Monday and then blew out Arizona 9-3 on Wednesday. This Avalanche team has beaten this Blues team for the last 5 meetings, and with the last 3 of those regular season wins being by more than a goal. And Colorado outscored St. Louis in those 3 games 20-6. You're looking at the Blues, they're coming in on a 4-game losing streak. And it doesn't really, for St. Louis, it doesn't really matter where they're playing. They've just been bad at home or on the road. They've lost their last 7 at home, and then on the road, they've only won 2 of their last 7. And I look at one thing also with St. Louis, their last 3 losses on the road have all been by more than a goal also. So I think Colorado wins this game. I think they win it easily. So I'm just going to lay the 1.5 pucks instead of this big number.
And what's the number you're getting on that? What price is it?
I don't remember.
Daniel?
It would probably be around a minus 110. It would be
better than 222.
Yeah, it is way better than 222.
Yeah.
Way better than 222. All right. So that's what we're going to do there. We're taking the Avs on the puck line. So we're going to move into a little bit of MLB action. White Sox at the Angels. Anaheim minus 120 coming off the win last night against the Sox. Totals 8.5 on this one. Nick, what are you thinking about it?
Well, I think that we could probably have another strong pitching matchup here, just like we did last night between Dallas Keuchel and I always have troubles pronouncing his last name and lots of people's names, in fact, but his in particular. And then also going for LA tonight is who is going tonight? It is Andrew Haney. And so last year he was 4-3 with a 4.46 ERA. He also had some really good peripherals. He had a 3.79 FIP and an 18.3 K to ball percentage. And now the weak point for the Angels last year was definitely its bullpen. Its starting pitching got decimated by injury. Of course, it was such a weird season last year. Production at the plate was definitely not an issue. That was a bit of an issue for Chicago on that opening night. I mean, Chicago did really well last year. I think that the team is going to do really well again this year. But I think the Angels at home here at this price, they've got a great lineup. They're also, 5-1 their last 6 at home. Chicago, dating back to last year, is now just 1-8 its last 9 on the road. I think at this price, this is a pretty fair price on the Angels. Probably, I think this is going to be sort of a contrarian pick. And I think you guys might disagree with me here, but hey, that's the way I'm rolling with this one.
We're all allowed to have our own things. But yeah, I gave on Morningwood my best bet was the Orioles and the Orioles run line. So I did cash both of those, but that game started, so I had to give out another one. I like Keuchel. I like Dallas. Playing against the Angels, he's got a great record. First start of the season, he gets hot in the beginning of the season, whereas Heaney tends to not be as hot in the beginning of the season. So I'm rolling with the White Sox on good advice from my friend Joe Larea, who is a special guest today. Thanks, Joe. Dan, what do you think about the White Sox and the Angels?
Nick knows I've been a White Sox fan since the beginning of the season. Last night's game, I had the White Sox last night, and the bullpen that I figure is the best in baseball let me down last night. I mean, they blew that game in the 8th inning. So I've got thoughts on this, but it's also a play at picks and parlays. So I'd rather not tell you.
Okay, fair enough. Well, if you cruise over to picksandparlays.net, that's where you can find Dan Kaiser and Nick Parsons premium plays. Our promo code right now is final. Ninja's rolling with the White Sox too. He's with me. But I get what you're saying. I mean, I didn't see the Angels coming from behind last night, I'll tell you that. But I did get on him at plus 185 when I could. Okay, so Dan, you got a baseball play for us also. Diamondbacks are at the Padres. Padres 2-13. They gave up a huge lead, came back to win it by 1. Total here is 8. So what are you playing on this one?
Yeah, I'm going to play the under in this one. I know it might be a little surprising, but I just say you got Blake Snell going for San Diego. It's his first game in the San Diego Padres uniform. I think he's going to want to come out and be really motivated to pitch really well in this game. And Snell's always known for his success in March and April. He has a career 2.74 ERA in March and April, so he usually gets off to a good start. The last 7 games these two teams have played, the unders come in 5 out of the 7 games. And then you got to look at Merrill Kelly. Last year against San Diego, he held San Diego to only 1 run in 12.2 innings. And his ERA for the whole year against the league was 2.59. And the under is also perfect 5-0 in Kelly's last 5 starts. So I just think this is going to be a pitching matchup, and I'm going to take the under.
I like it. Nick, how do you feel about that one?
Absolutely. There were 6 home runs in last night's game. There's 4 home runs in 1 inning there by Arizona. They still couldn't get the job done. So that's not happening again. I think this one's set up for a duel as well. I would roll with the under here for sure.
Under we roll. Okay, excellent. Okay, so I did want to just kind of touch on the Final Four because we're not going to do a show tomorrow, so we might as well just talk about it real quick. I'm sure that you guys have premium plays for these games that are coming up. They're kind of big games that people are going to want to buy picks for, so I get that. The Houston and the Baylor game, I think, you know what I'm just doing here, and it feels like really counterintuitive to take this over, but I'm going to take this over a 134. And I know everyone is like playing unders. I know unders have been trending, but these are two teams from Texas, and their numbers on my cards are above 134 just all day long. From Baylor, I'm getting 157, 147, 155. From Houston, 141, 143. You know, so my numbers are just saying to go over. I think two teams from Texas are going to come at each other hard. So I'm going to roll with this one over. And then I have a future on Baylor, so I can't bet on the game anyway. I can hedge it. That's it. Do you guys have any thoughts? Can you give away anything? Do you have any leans? Am I wrong? Am I crazy? Should I go under? What's happening?
No, I like it. I like your breakdown there. I have a play on the side in that one. Yeah, I mean, the lines are sharp. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. So, yeah, no, what about you, Dan? Do you have any thoughts on that first game, Baylor and Houston?
The first game, I'd probably go with you guys and lean on the over in that one.
Okay. All right. That makes me feel better. It really does. Okay. So spoiler alert, I'm going to take the over in the other one also, but I've got an okay reason why. And I was on Gonzaga under the 153, cashed that by 2 points in their last game. But when it comes down to one main thing for me, which is that UCLA is 47th in the country in hitting threes, but they're 242nd in defending threes. And so I think we'll see a lot of threes out of UCLA, and we're going to see a lot of threes out of Gonzaga. Again, their numbers, UCLA's are lower than a 145.5, but only like at 138-ish for me. And then I've got the Zags coming in at like a 159. So there's kind of like a meet in the middle. But what I've been doing in these games, I know I'm not supposed to tell people this, but teasing them. So if I like them both to go over, I'll do a 6-point teaser with both of them in there, so I can kind of like get 6 more points under me. So that's the way I'm playing that one as well. Dan, you don't look like you agree.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, those are two good stats. The only problem I have with that reasoning is Gonzaga doesn't shoot many threes.
Well,
they're historically, according to Ken Palm, they're historically the greatest 2-point efficient shooting team in the history of basketball since Ken Palm has come out with his ratings. And so I don't. That doesn't matter how bad UCLA defends the three. I just don't think Gonzaga is going to shoot a ton of them, and UCLA. I don't think they can continue to shoot the way they've been shooting. So and the fact that they could only put up 49 against that Michigan team, I think
still,
Gonzaga, I think
it's at 145 that total now. Gonzaga's seen it go over in 5 straight, and now UCLA has been switching over under back and forth now for the last 4 games. It went under against USC there, or sorry, it did go under
Michigan.
Right, it went under against Michigan. So yeah, no, I would go with the over there with you, Ali. I like that for sure. I mean, Gonzaga is the highest scoring team in the nation.
Yeah, that's just it. Even if they don't shoot threes, they're still averaging 90 points a game, so it's just where I'm at. Okay. It's just, Daniel.
I was just pointing out, it still could very easily go over.
Yeah.
I was just pointing out that I don't.
Dan's just playing devil's advocate.
I just don't see them shooting a ton of threes, but they still could score 80 on 2-point shots. So,
right.
I just don't see them.
Go ahead. I'm saying that's kind of why I like to put them in the teaser. I like that little 6-point cushion in a teaser is the way I kind of have been rolling this whole season. And then for the women's, I made a parlay. Listen to this. For tonight, I took South Carolina women who were like plus 250, I think. It's written somewhere around here. And then I took the UConn women minus 1,100 and parlayed them together to get plus 238. So I just threw that together.
Nice.
if anyone's interested in the women's. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. In the NHL, Nick is taking the Winnipeg Jets plus 125. I'm liking that play. Dan is going to roll with Colorado on the puck line. We're guessing it's around minus 110.
Actually, I saw it at plus 115. So,
Okay.
Wow, I'm going to change that number right there then, because that's juicier. Now we're talking. Now we're talking pluses. Okay. And then for the MLB tonight, Nick is going to roll with the Angels, and Dan is going to take the Padres under the 8 runs. I think we all like that Padres under the 8 runs. And then, like I said, I'm probably going to do a two-team 6-point teaser on the totals of both Final Four games to go over. That's what I'm going to roll with. And then definitely check out the promo code FINAL. When you're over at picksandparlays.net, you'll find Nick Parsons. He's listed under the Insiders Room. That's where you can find his premium plays. Boom, right there. And then Dan Kaiser, of course, is there as well. You can find Dan on Twitter also at Dan Kaiser Sports. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining the show. That was a good one, as always. And I'll see you guys next week. Yeah, Nick, you tied for NHL Total Chaos, so I'll definitely see you on Tuesday.
All right, I'm looking forward to that.
To do that
Awesome.
business. All right.
Great.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Nick.
Yep.
Okay. See you, Allie. See you, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.